Now let's start loops for string. First we will read the definition as we do usual. Loops are loops for strings work slightly differently. You can iterate through a string in two ways, using index values, and second one is iterating by over the string. Means we can iterate string using two ways. First is using index values and second is iterating directly over the string. Further we will go deep dive into it. Iterating using index values means now we know that index values are number, and for numbers we again have to use range function. What did I say? I'm repeating the sentence again. Iterating value Iterating using index values, now we know that index value are number, and for number we again have to use range function. Why we have used range function here? To access that, right? So here the example also given. A is nature, means A is a variable and nature is value of that variable. For I in range, bracket len bracket A, print A, and inside is I we have used because we have taken I. So this will give you the using index value, means loops using index values. Now let's move to another point here. You iterated over the string using index values for better understanding. Next point is second way to singular we can directly iterate, but using this method we will give you direct access to the characters instead of index values. What I am saying, that we can here give you the direct iterate, but using this method we will give you direct access with character instead of index value. This is example of this we can do here. Means A is a variable of value, means A variable value is nature. For char we have used char here, so remember this. In A print char, so it will give you the result. This is example of second one. Third, break continue else. What is this? Things written above are very important for loops. Means above the things are written here, I have said you it is very important, right? And just remember what did I say. I can repeat it again also in a short. Like we can iterate through two ways. First is index, second is iterate, means first is index values, second is iterating directly over the string, right? And this example of its own. Okay, now let's move to next. Let's we first will read the sentence. Let's say you have this racetrack and you have to complete 20 laps. What did I say? Let's say you have this racetrack and you have to complete 20 laps, but when you were completing the 16th lap it started raining. Now you cannot complete the run. Means this is a race lap and you have to complete 20 laps, but in 16th you have to stop it because of rain. The above example simulates the above example simulate the example of a break statement. Means here the statement is break, means as the rain came and you have to stop your running. So here also the statement breaks. Remember this word break statement. Okay, the break statement in Python is used to exit loop primitive exit loop prematurely prematurely when a certain condition is met. Means you have to exit loop in and it exit loop by break statement when the certain condition is met. Once break is encountered, the loop stops immediately and control moves to the next statement after the loop. What did I say? Once break is encountered, the loop stops immediately and control moves to the next statement for the loop. Remember this point. Next question. The continue statement skip one of the iteration and rest of the iteration will run for understanding. Let's say you will not run the 16th lap, but all the other lap will be there, right? The continue statement skip one of the iteration and rest of the iteration will run for understanding. Let's say you will not run the 16th lap, but all other lap will be there. You have seen the else statement used with if, but it can also be used with loops. When else is used with loop, it only executes if the loop completes without encouraging a break statement. If break is executed, the else block will not run. I am repeating this statement. Please be careful while listening. You have seen the else statement used when if, but it can also be used with loops. When the else is used with loop, it only executes if loop completes without encountering a break statement. If a break is executed, the else block will not run. So we have to remember this point also. It is very important. Next point. The next page is for loop questions. Means these are the questions you have to practice by your own. Means whole this whole you have to practice by your own. If you found any problem related to this, you can comment down. I will help you and surely make a video on the question. I will let's say I'm trying to give a hint in few of the questions. The first question say accept an integer and print hello world n times. Means you have to take input and print hello world n number of times. Second question is print natural number up to n. Means you have to print natural number up to n. Reverse for loop. Print n to 1. Print n to 1. Next question. Take a number as input and print its table. Means you have to take number as a input and print its table. Same. Some numbers to n term. Factorial of a number. These are the questions that you have to practice by your own. Print the number of all even odd in a range separately. Print all the factor of a number. Accept a number and check if a perfect number or not. Number whose sum is factor is equal to number itself. Example 6 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 6. Check whether the following number is prime or not. Reverse a string without using bool function. Check string is a palindrome or not. Count all the letters and special symbols from the given string. Given string str1, and you have to print this. Means you have to print you have means use the same thing just given here, right? Expected outcome total count of chars, digit and symbols. Chars 8, digits 3, symbols 4. Right? You have to practice these all questions by your own. While loop. Now studying while loop. We have studied for loop, right? Now we will study while loop. What is while loop? While loop is you have previously taken some information of loop and you also knew conditional statement. It is going to be easy for you to understand this now. The while loop repeats a block of code as long as condition is true. It is useful when number of iteration is unknown before execution. What did I say? I will repeat this sentence again. You have previously taken information of loops and you also know the conditional statement. It is going to be easy for you to understand this now. The while loop repeats a block of code as long as condition is true and if it is useful when number of iteration is unknown before execution. So this is example of while loop, while condition. We will use this. So there is not much that you have understand about while loop. It also have break, continue statement else. Now you just have to find out which loop will be used in what questions, right? Means you have to just find out what we will use in question. And there about while loop is also never break, continue else. So this is also important line. I am highlighting it. You have to remember all this stuff. and we will move to next topic. I hope you understand what is a while loop. Just take a snapshot of it and it will be really helpful.